Welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and welcome back to another reflection video I kind of do each month. It is the card of the month for April. Today is May 4th, 2025, a Sunday. Yeah. Tomorrow's May 5th. Yep. So, it's almost noon. I haven't done nothing all day but look through decks, which is kind of my favorite thing. I basically do a year head spread in either December 31st of the outgoing year or January 1st of the new year. And that deck I usually work with every month. I pull it out. I review the card, and usually I haven't had time the last several months to reflect on it throughout the month. I completely forgot until this morning, May 4th, what my card of the month for April was. Like, I have not looked at it since January. Literally, I haven't looked, I haven't guesstimated, I haven't pondered. I've been so busy at work. It's been a nightmare. Of course, the saga of my job continues. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details of it. I mean, I probably will. But then I started reflecting on the card of the year, which I do it, with the math. You add your birthday and the year and all that. And my card of the year is the Judgment card this year. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh no, that's horrible. But then I realized it's really a year of self-judgment and self-doubt that I need to overcome. And in that respect, I very much need the Judgment card to be in my face this year, telling me, hey, you're doing it again. You're doing it again. You need to stop this. And the Judgment card is here, and I realized that very early on in January. It's here this year to break me of that habit of self-sabotage, self-judgment, abandon, and like all the things I do to myself is the things we're trying to overcome this year, which is exactly why I think the Judgment card. So, sorry, I paused it. I was interrupted. Totally forgot what I was saying. But yeah, it's just a year of the Judgment card being in my face, and I think it's there to break those patterns that I've done my entire life. Because I realize, they say hindsight is 20/20. I realized, because I never really connected with the Chariot card, which is my soul card, until 2022. And this year, 2025, has been kind of a reflective year also, in that I'm noticing the cards I've had previous years, there's reasons why those happened. There was healing in certain areas of my life that took place. Certain areas of my psyche that took place. And I'm like, oh, now I'm seeing them. At the time, I was like, this is bullcrap. But as I'm on the other side of that, feeling like now, I totally get why those cards were my cards of the year for those years. Totally get it. So, Judgment is my card of the year, and I pulled this one from the deck I used for my year head spread was my Unfolding Path Tarot, the indie version. This is the indie version. And I just pulled the Judgment card out to kind of reflect and kind of see how it goes with the card of the month. Plus, this card terrified me when I first pulled it because I had a vision and some dreams of stuff that wound up coming true. And I kept saying the little girl's eyes haunted me in the dream I had. And then I swear I saw her on a video in a war-torn country, which is what my dream was about. And I just kept saying her eyes, her eyes, her eyes. And I even have a video of pulling this card and going, oh my God, look at the eyes. Like, it was creepy. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. Anyway, I got my coffee, still drinking coffee. Just not with it today, not wanting to get around or out. I've been freezing to death until now, and it's like 75 degrees outside. I'm like, there's no reason I should be freezing, but I've been freezing all morning. Which someone going through menopause is never cold, so I don't understand that. Maybe I'm trying to catch a cold. I don't know. There's been like 4 people at work sick. I don't know what's going on there. But I feel fine. Anyway, my card of the month was the strength card. And as I pulled it this morning, I remembered that was, in fact, my card of the month. I'm like, oh, yeah. And I can tell you, I say this every month, and I'm going to get it out of the way now, in every video, and every month. I pulled this spread, like I said, December 31st of the previous year or January 1st of the current year. And I don't really pay attention to the cards until I'm doing this video throughout the month to see how well it applied. And like I said, this time I completely blanked on it until today. Well, I thought about the card yesterday, but when I did my other video, but I didn't look to see what it was. I did not remember until today that the strength card was my card of the month since I pulled it in January. And I gotta tell you, every time, it's shocking how accurate it is. Shocking. Because April was a month of... I had the... I don't remember what I had in March. I think it was a Cups card. And then I did take a sneak peek today at May's card, and it is also a Cups card. There's a lot of Cups this year for me, which makes sense because I'm going through this emotional roller coaster of self-doubt, self-sabotaging, trying to break that cycle, and it's emotional. It can get very emotional, and to have to change your patterns that you know are bad. And the month of April, of course, dealing with my job that I'm still dealing with, of course, dealing with other people's attitudes, of course, dealing with just everyday mundane traffic. Like, traffic has picked up since everything's beautiful and sunshiny and rainbows outside all the time now. I mean, we've had up and down cold weather and raining, but for the most people, there's a lot more traffic out. There's a lot more things happening in the world outside when you go out into it. So the strength it took to be a professional at work, first of all, because as you guys know, I got promoted and a raise in March that really didn't kick off until April. And I swear, as soon as everybody got the memo, I get texts every day, I get emails every day. I gotta go here, do this, 20,000 things. And I'm like, mind you, I was already doing these things, but now I'm doing them tenfold. And people are like, why are you crying? You're getting paid to do this. And I'm like, yeah. But, there have been times throughout the month also that it felt like I got promoted just so I wouldn't quit, because I've threatened to quit before many times, because the job I had was the job of 3 people, and when they started raising the amount of stuff we had to ship out every day, they still expected me to perform at the same amount as one person, and I'm like, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. And so when the big bosses came in March, the beginning of March, they're like, yeah, you need more money and you need more help. And I'm like, thank you. I've been saying this for like 4 years, 5 years, maybe. Since 2020, since 2020, maybe 2019, I've been saying this, but it took the bigwigs coming down and seeing what I did firsthand to get the idea that I needed more help. And now I've got more help, but I'm stressed out all the time because 2 of my helps are taking turns calling in every other day. And I'm like, we're never going to get caught up. We're never going to get everything caught up with what we need if they keep calling in. And it's just harder because they're giving me the minimum amount of help. So if one of them calls in, we're behind, period, all day. And so I very much found that in the professional sense, I have found myself biting my tongue quite a bit and holding in that strength that I knew I possessed instead of just vomiting out whatever I felt like saying or doing, because, yeah. Yeah. And then my son is getting ready to graduate. There was a couple stressful moments where he has fees and stuff that I didn't know if I was going to get paid. I've had a bill that's been coming out automatically my check for the last 4 years, 4 years. It finally ended, but I didn't know if it was going to end before I could pay off his fee so he could graduate. Very stressful month for April. Very up in the air. And it really irritates me when I have to rely on other people for my life to go smoothly. You know what I mean? Like, I had to wait for this bill to finish paying off before I could pay these fees off. And it just happened in the nick of time, too. When I'm at work and other people call in, I get upset because I come to work, rain, sleet, or snow, in pain, backache, headache, sinuses, legs pain. I have arthritis really bad. I'm still at work every day. And yet somebody can say, oh, I had a stuffy nose, and call in. And I'm like, I don't know if the work ethic has just gone downhill dramatically for everybody, or if I'm just old school and just, you are required to be at work if you want to make money. You need to go to work. And so I go to work. And so I've had to overcome a lot of that. And of course, the judgment card came into play that also, because I kind of judge other people when they call in. Because most of the time it's calling in for nothing. Like, they just want to take a day off. They need a siesta. And I'm like, I wish I could afford to take a siesta. First of all, we're behind a week and a half on work. We need to stay at work so we can get caught up, so we're not stressed out. And people are looking at us like, oh, we made a mistake in keeping you guys open. So, yeah, to say that the strength card, with it being a major card also, yeah, I really needed to pay attention to that. And I did, of course, overcome a lot of the comments I wanted to say. There was a lot of in my head about things, but I never said it. So then we have, I started this year because I got this deck, was it this year or the end of last year? The Spirit Animals Oracle. There's like 96 cards in this deck. I decided to start pulling an animal each month this year. It comes with a great little book, too. And then a not UDI, that's what we have at work. Oh my gosh. That little guy that you can scan, and they have it in the book, but you can also scan the back of the card, too, and it will take the card from what I've been told that. You can scan that little thing there, and it will tell you more about the animal. But the card of the month for April for that was the Kookaburra. And I just noticed that all looks like they have the same coloring. Interesting. So the Kookaburra bird, I'm going to look it up here. I forgot what I wrote down. Kookaburra. And y'all tell me in the comments below, does this go? So far, every animal I pulled from this deck went amazingly with the card of the month and the judgment card. Kookaburra, where are you? Kookaburra. And it's got a full picture in there too. That's cool. Kookaburra, laugh out loud. Symbolizing the essence of laughter, clear communication, and the unveiling of new viewpoints. The Kookaburra encourages us to find humor even in challenging times. This creature helps us hone our communicative skills and awaken to the subtle marvels of the world offers. And I think it's interesting that a month that I needed all my reserves of strength to get through because it was challenging, the Kookaburra is there saying, you know what, we just need a good laugh. We just need a good laugh right now. Because that's all we could do, is do a good laugh. And so I found that interesting that kind of went with, it's the softer side of the strength card that I went through in the month of April. So that was my cards of the month. Now I'm going to show you some more strength cards because I can, and they're beautiful, and I love them, and I lost one. No. Probably my favorite strength card ever is this is from the Mini Light Series. I can't seem to find my big version. I have it in there. The mini's always in the front shelf. And I love this duality of the strength card. That's how I always see the strength card, is there's a duality. You have this fierceness within yourself. You have this, you are the lion. You know what I mean? You are strength itself. And I find that very beautiful. Very beautiful. So that is my favorite, probably my favorite strength card ever. And we already saw, where'd it go? Where'd I put it? We already saw this one from the Unfolding Path. So now we have another one that is from the, my God, Pensive Path Tarot. And again, we have this, the amount of strength it takes for this dog to not grab that sausage until he's told otherwise. It just embodies to me what the Strength card is. That there's willpower there. That you can have willpower. I quit smoking almost 4 years, actually 4 years ago this month, at the end of this month. And I quit cold turkey. I had to. Because, and everybody's like, oh, you can't quit cold turkey because blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I either have to quit cold turkey or I'll never quit. Because, and then everybody's like, oh man, the willpower you have, that's just after like 2 weeks of me not smoking. They're like, oh, you might actually make it. We're going on 4 years now. And I've even been told, well, I went 5, 10, 10 years without smoking, and then I smoked again and it was over. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. And every time I decide, oh, I need a cigarette, I think of how many years I've already put in. I'm like, that would be a waste of time. So I feel kind of like that with this card, where he has this reserve, this power, this willpower of his own to not take that sausage. And now my husband knows I'm videoing and he's starting to mow. Ugh, men. Anyway, we have the newer deck I got from the Galactic Star. I just thought that was cool because it's a dragon. And the only card in here, other than my light seers, because she is the lion, and this one, everything else has something other than a lion in it. So we have the Galactic Star, which I think is beautiful. And they're like, she's like kissing him, about to give him a kiss. That's cute. And it looks like he's got the world in his mane. That's beautiful. One of my other favorites is the Universal Celtic Tarot. Gorgeous. From the Tarot of Echoes. There's a wolf, and that is stunning. And then we have the Mystic Palette Tarot. This is the colored version. Stunning. Tigers. White tigers. And look at the blue eyes. Look how blue his eyes are. Wow. Just stunning. I was going to read something, but now I don't want to because my husband's mowing the yard, and I'm sure you can hear it. But that's all I got for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos, and y'all have a good afternoon.